Once again, guys, welcome to another episode. Today, I'm very much excited. I'm in KABULA. This is a village in BUNGOMA County. Very much excited because this has been a very special project to us. We did a few things in this house, and today I just want to unfold and show you the products because seeing is believing. Stay tuned till the end. So guys, as usual, in design, there are a number of aspects that I normally take so serious or take so much consideration while working on the interiors of any project. And the first entity is the main entry door or the main foyer or the entry porch. Once that has been gotten right, even the flow of the rest of the things or the feel or the psychological aspect towards the interiors for the rest of the items inside is always feels nice. So look at here. We came in, there was a metallic door on this particular, on this house, and we decided to give our client a statement as they come in. It's a simple house in the village, but we wanted to get it right. We gave out a design of this entry door, and we went through, as usual, our design stage whereby we have back and forth, and in this project, we were only actually tasked to do this main entry, the lounge, the dining, kitchen, and the pantry. It is very short, very brief, and I will go straight. Just look at the product, how it has come out. We have one nice, beautiful, big, solid security door, adorned nicely with a very beautiful, nicely done, sanded, polished frame, nicely done architrave around, and the design and the selection also was just so unique and so modern. Finished with a nice beautiful grab bar that you can use. Then we just have that simple rectangular item that is attached to the key, but the lock is inside. And then because the door we wanted a bigger whatever, we now opted to go with this panel, which is actually also openable whenever you want. So let's go in. So guys, I am inside. Just look at the beautiful door again. So when we took up the project, we did the flooring, we did the walling, we did the ceilings, we did the lighting, we did a bit of electrical works, focal walls on the TV, the kitchen, the dining, architraves and arches, and the pantry. So when we picked up the project, I came in and it was not badly done, but as usual, I want to give you a statement. And this statement is not a loud statement. It is a statement that is calm, it is polite, it is welcoming. So most of this we summarize by saying we want to be as elegant as possible. So the ceiling around this place was so busy. Sorry to say, for those people who love busy ceilings. So I advise my client that I can pull up or I can pull out something for you that by the time I finish and hand over this project for you, you will actually like it. And if you compare this kind of ceiling with the ceiling that was there, you will actually say simplicity is the mother of design. And simplicity is the mother of design. Why? Because you can live with the simple things for the rest of your life than a complicated thing that every time you'll feel like the trends or the fashion are changing and you also want to walk or you want to change with the fashion or the trends. So most of the times when it's so simple, even that's why when we are selecting the cornices, those are those panels around the walls and the ceilings, we just select something very simple that is not so decorative. So when you look at the floors are nicely done in 600 and 600 polished granito tiles or polished porcelain tiles. Then you walk in, as you just walk into this house, this is the thing that you actually see. Compared to what we had initially, you will say, actually, for us designers or for us contractors, we have a very hard task in life, especially when it comes to renovations. Think about it. A client has given you a space that had already been done. Then you are tasked to improve it. Then as usual, once you are done, people will sit around, people will walk in, and people will have to speak. And imagine when you finish a project and the client or whatever, or the people around end up saying, we wish it was just as it was. But for today, why I'm also very excited is when I walk into this space, in this lounge, I can actually tell that what is in this space right now and what was there are different. So we proposed a nice, beautiful end-to-end floating TV unit, which is 450 handleless with a top end-to-end. Then we did some nice, beautiful wooden panels on the side and accented with this is called what? A wall bracket. And then in the middle, we did this nice, beautiful stone finish, which gives you that marble effect. And then balanced the same with the same panels on the side. And actually, as you just walk in this space, this thing looks really nice. And in the evenings, once the sun sets and you sit here and the lights are on and they're all warm lights, this place is a total statement. And when I finished doing the doors and everything and I set up the space, we noticed this door must go. And as I'm talking today, just came in with my tape measure, my book, and my laser tape measure. I've taken the measurements. So we are changing this door and other doors. And that is why you are supposed to be trustworthy, faithful, do your thing. Once you are done with your thing nicely, people will start adding you work. And I know I've taken 2 doors. This is the one door and the other one for the master. And I am very sure all the doors will be changed, because there's no way you will live with that door and come and hold or touch other doors. And also, without forgetting, I just took measurements for the curtains. So very soon, maybe in a week's time, I'm supplying beautiful new curtains. But within our scopes, concealed or pelmet box, done, adorned with a very nice, beautiful, simple cornice. And now the cornice, the curtain come from inside the ceiling. That is it for the lounge. Let's walk into the dining. Again, as you transit from the lounge and the dining, most of the times we have our own style, a statement, and it's not that it must be. These are tastes and preferences for different clients. There are people who will appreciate them, there are people who will not appreciate it, but we work around the clientele and meeting all the needs and preferences. But this has never been outshined. Most people would say we want it. So we trim our arches nicely with either these wooden panels. We can do them in moldings. We can do them in MDF spray paint, or just clean it nicely and leave it. So we did this for this particular project, ripped off all the tiles that were here, which were the 400 by 400 ceramic tiles, gave them the expensive tiles. Look at the way they are matching with their beautiful furniture. And this is our dining table. I sit here and I actually supply the light in the lounge and in the dining. And for the lounge, it is mimicking the dining table. In the dining, it's mimicking the dining table in a rectangular format. In the lounge, it is mimicking the coffee table, which is circular. Design is all about elements. So you move like that. Again, very nice, simple step down gypsum ceiling, a nice, beautiful indirect lighting, a step down cornice around, surround cornice around the space. And we also give you a nice, beautiful vanity here, whereby if you want to wash your hands during dinner time and breakfast times, you come and wash your hands. And I'm very sure, because this is a mixer and mixers will require pressure, so I know very for sure they have a pressure pump. So the pressure is low currently, just because I've seen people on top of the tank. I think they are servicing the tank. Then we give you more storage. You have a few towels to put, you put there. So we also provided this, and for sure I will actually not forget to tell you, go back and look at the 3Ds, look at the previous videos of what I took when I came to this site the same day, the first day for a site visit. So we ripped off the kitchen, then now gave proposal for this type of kitchen, and we proposed that the husband and the wife can sit here for breakfast. Just simple, nice cine tables. Those are bar stools. You sit here, you feel comfortable, you have your breakfast, you run. Then as you're doing that, you don't have to switch on all the lights. You can have these independent lights just on top of your counter, and you do your nice, beautiful snack, and you go. Again, for purposes of consistency, we have done a nice arch so that we have uniformity. As you cross from the lounge to the dining and dining to the kitchen, the statements or the language is the same. And that is very important. So you can't come with a wooden finish here, then come with something else here, unless you're playing that game carefully. Then without much ado, let's move into the core of interiors and the core of Keith Interiors, and that is the kitchen. So I am here, guys. In these kitchens, most of the times, I will explain a bit. These are American kitchens for those people who stay in the diaspora. They actually love this. They normally want to just export what they have on their side. That is in the US, in the UK, Canada, Australia. They want the same thing in their villages. So most of the times, these kitchens, we are doing them for the clients in the diasporas. Very few Kenyans, very few locals would want this. Most of our people would go for more of a modern feel, that is the polished or the super gloss boards, and that is it. But again, I've come to appreciate that people have different preferences, and all of them, if you internalize things properly, you realize that these things make a sense for everybody. So I'll start from here. As usual for my students, as usual for my people around my page, I will always say that for the kitchen, most of the times when I move in, I just look at the three elements first before I actually move and start now partitioning other spaces. I look at the cooking area, I will look at the washing area, then I will look at the tall cabinets, and that will carry the double door fridge or even a single door fridge. You remember the Eldoret project, it was just a single door fridge, and then the place for the oven and microwave. That is if you don't have the standalone cooker which has an oven under. So in this particular kitchen, when I came, I just noticed that this is the main part that I will put my fridge, which takes 960. I put the electrical points, that is for the power. So most of the times we also do our electrical wiring just so that we are specific and there's no blame game that, oh, I told him. So I did my electrical point, that is for the fridge, which is coming soon. Then I remember this one, we had to buy them immediately because the client was not actually believing that these compartments can fit an oven and a microwave. And it was actually a heated exchange until I just told the client that, please, this is the quotation for the appliances. If you can facilitate, I will buy these things. In the next 2 days, I'll be down there, I'll feed them in, and you will be very happy. And for sure, this is the microwave and this is the oven, and it is tested and it works. Actually, if you want to use them, there are DP switches on this side. You just come and plug them on. I think the power guys are working on something on the other side, but it is tested, it's working. Then now we give you some kidogo storage for your recipe books, then more storages for maybe a big pan there, then on top of this. And as you can check, the spray paint nicely done, the color codes looking very nice, and the closing is soft closing hinges. Again, when I do that for more big pans, when I push it back, you don't need to struggle. For those people who use a lot of ugali, you don't need to struggle. You just leave it like that. It will go, it will close. Then on top there, because of the space between the ceiling and the cabinets, I put a nice, beautiful space filler, and then I put a cornice on top, and the thing looks as one. So behind there, we have the breakfast counter. Then I start the cabinetry that are not whatever. So I start partitioning, and then I give you drawers around this area. Again, soft closing, you pull, you push, it goes. Then this is a cabinet. Most of the times when we are portioning, and these are for my students, when you're portioning these things, since I have this space, normally we measure from here to the end, then now I want to give them either doors and or drawers. So what I do is I start thinking by asking myself, how do I use the other space? Do I use it like this, or do I use it like that? And I will ask myself a few questions. For those who need those advice, come slowly, you will pay 1 shilling, then I will give you. So I decided to give this cabinet so that it is usable all the way to the corner. So you give it 1060 or 1070 or 1050, so that it gives you a door of 450. Then the rest of the space that remains, you check it out and see is it necessary to put doors, or is it necessary to put drawers. Also, you can ask your client and see if they love drawers or they love whatever. So here I decided to use that corner, and we normally these days use the corner kidney, whereby you just pull it out, put your things inside like that, pull it out, put your things inside. Then once done, you just push it, and again it's soft closing from a certain point. Just push, then at that point you leave it, it will go in and it will close softly. The countertops, again, selection of black and white and a little bit of gray. So we chose a black natural granite top, and you can see the way we cut our stone, nicely polished, whereby the one that is running vertically and the one running horizontally, they are meeting nicely at 45 and polished well, so that you don't see debris or so many whatever problems. Then because this stone is coming up, this is 900 and that is 1050, that is 1200. When you're doing this backsplash, you don't need to come here and do a 100. So we opted to take it all the way to the end. And because this is a corner place, we give you a socket so that whenever you're on this side, you can charge your phone. Whenever you're on this side, you can blend. Whenever you're on this side, you can toast, because it's near the breakfast counter. Then because we have a space again between this wall and the windows, we give you more storage. More storage, again in soft close. Then immediately after the Lazy Susie, I give you more drawers, and they are also in soft close. You just push at a certain point, you leave it, it will close. Then immediately after that, I give you some more storage, because of now calculation between that and that. We needed the sink here, and this is the space for the dishwasher, which is also a coming soon entity, and it has its own panel stored well. When the dishwasher comes, we come and mount it on top. Then now you see a clean line. And again, for those who ask so many questions, and thanks for those guys who advised us when we were working on the Nanyuki project. We used to put our power point behind there, and we also used to put our water points behind there for the dishwasher. Thank you so much. These days now we are making holes behind here. So one takes the power and takes it into this other compartment, then one takes out the waste water. So this goes all the way to the wall without interference. When you come in here, you come and you'll see. So this, maybe Larry, if you come here, you will come and see now when the dishwasher comes, we'll plug it here, and the waste pipe point comes here, and this becomes its control, and this becomes its DP switch, the socket, and its DP should be on the other side. Then we also give you the undersink socket whenever you want to put the undersink heater for heating the water if you're not using the solar system. Again, without forgetting, this is a treatment that we actually love so much. Instead of now running the tiles all the way, then you see these are mosaic tiles. They will clog with a lot of dirt. So we give you a backsplash of granite, then we flow it all the way. In the event you want to put your things over there, you are safe. Then we give you a nice, beautiful, deep single bowl. It can be a double bowl, it can be a single bowl, depending on your taste and preferences. And this is what we have supplied for this particular project. These are for fruits and this is for something else. And this is a pull out whatever, I don't know. I think they've been working on water, so it's not flowing yet. So, but you can pull, you can wash, you can do your thing, you can clean the surfaces around, and then it turns left, it turns right. So no wahalas. So immediately after that, we normally give whatever. So we give you, these are two doors matching. Then now, because the far end is drawers, we give you on the far end drawers, and we are working with just principles of balance and symmetry. So again, more storage, more storage, more storage, and that is it. Then when you take the turn, so we've done the wet area, that is the sink area. We've done the tall cabinets that takes the fridge, microwave, and oven. Then we come to the cooking area. Then the cooking area is as simple as storage on that side. This panel is closed, is fixed. It doesn't move because this is immersed inside there. So it needs a bit of 50 mm to hang. And also for purposes of easy maintenance or easy working around, we have the power point that powers this, and we have the gas point that powers this just somewhere at this point. I remember initially we used to put them down there. Then whenever you're pulling your drawers, it is a lot of hassle. So they're just behind there. Then their controls are here. The power sockets have been switched off on the whatever, but this is the DP switch for here, and this is the DP switch for the hood. So we put your socket behind there. So when you want to switch it off, you can switch it off here, but it should be on throughout so that you just use these ones to control. So this is a 6 burner, 5 gas. So one big gas, one followed by this, and 2 small ones, and this becomes our induction heater or the electric heater. So in the event your gas goes off, you are still sorted. Then immediately after the drawers, we give you this entity here, which is called our spice rack, and it's very nice for placing your items, and it helps you from moving up and down looking for your spices. And we normally sometimes do 2, one to the left and one to the right. And for those who can't do 2, you can just do 1. Then for purposes of balance, give you the same thing on the right and the left. Then below here, we can actually, there is an organizer you can put here and then put your cooking sticks and all that. We supply on order, but for this site, probably the client will have to get it for themselves. So again, trims on the ceiling. The ceiling is just simple, straightforward, flat gypsum ceiling, a surround beautiful step cornice around with straight lines. Then we serve you all the way to the pantry because we can't leave you here. So let's walk in. Before we go in, we can't forget to talk about our beautiful signature solid doors. And this is a solid pantry door. It is vented for aeration so that you have your skuma wiki, you have your tomatoes, you have your onions, you have your things to dry, you have your cereals. It is aired frequently so that it's not, when you walk in, you do not feel like it is stuffy. Then again, we give you nice beautiful handles. So we are trying, wherever we are doing something, we want to match things, so we want things to speak the same language. So it's basically the same, and that is the reason why we are going to change that door. Then you walk in here, this is our pantry. As you walk in immediately, you see that socket, you know very well that our client is yet to buy a deep freezer. So the deep freezer goes there. We give you more counter. You can actually work from here and supply the whatever, the prepared duff, prepared chicken or whatever. You can cut from here, then give it out on that side. So this is still can work as a dirty kitchen or a chef's kitchen. So we have drawers, more storage cabinets. You can get organizers, put them there, and then have a nice, beautiful pantry. And this is the cabinet side. Then without forgetting, we give you now the real shelves. And you can see they're double lipped. then single lift as you go. Then without forgetting, we actually take so much serious whatever keenness in the screws. We don't just want to give you those screws that when you screw, they are cracking the boards. So these ones, they're just flush on the board and it's not an eyesore. So these are simple, straightforward, partitioned shelves, whereby if you have now flour, you have different cereals, you can come and arrange your things here beautifully, and they're aired, and the space has nice window, and that is it for this particular project. So guys, as usual, I will not forget to say thank you for always taking your time to watch our episodes. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on our social media pages. And Keith Interiors, where style meets elegance.